Todd's Carpet and Tile Cleaning, call or text 702-595-0488.
During the February 19th Board of County Commissioners meeting, the board took a significant step towards the development of a new Civic Community Center, approving the agreement with the Corte Company for the design build of the facility. The agreement, valued at $581,343, covers the design, pre-construction, and fees for this project.
First phase of this is the design. The design's important because without a design, we can't figure out what it's actually going to cost to determine if we've set aside enough funds or if we would have to do more fundraising. So this is just kind of the step one to even figure out if it's a feasible project to move forward with at this time.
The anticipated timeline for the design phase is set to be completed by August 2025, with the construction phase projected to be completed by June of 2026.
There were 3 words out of 400 pages of the audit. No predictable issues. I have 3. Funding sources, the management contracted with the coalition, and the VEA.
I'm requesting this to be part of the public record. It is time for this monstrosity of a money pit to be stopped once and for all. In fact, if this project does continue, I'm in favor of naming it TMP for the Money Pit. Perhaps you remembered Adventure Springs. This was a project brought forth around 14 years ago that Pahrump Town Board was smart enough to understand it wasn't affordable. I just don't see where we're going to get the money to actually do the whole thing, was one of the astute town board members' assessment. Of course, they spent several $100,000 on the proposal, which ended on the growing heap of taxpayer dollars wasted on a project too big and too expensive to ever come to fruition.
Our county/town of Pahrump, we're in dire need of road repair, manned fire stations, storm drainage mitigation, and I'm not even going to go on, there's a lot more. So much so that it's investing a drop in a bucket of what is ultimately cost to close what I would think would be, if you really add up all the costs for this fairground, we're looking at $500,000. The Civic Center/Community Center, Civic Center, as I've pointed out previously, is a communist construct, so it hurts me to even hear people call it anything like that.
This item passed 3-1-1 with Commissioner Ian Bain not placing a vote.
We have a motion on the floor and a second. If there's no further discussion, let's vote.
Thank you. Aye.
Nay. Jawor's aye.
Boscovich, aye. That passes 3-1-1 again, right?
Interesting. So,
3-1-1.
Commissioner, why is it you're not voting?
As I said before, this is not my vision. It's not really an attack on the whole thing. I just don't know what I want there because it's not my vision. So it's more of a defer, and that's why I'm not voting. It's just a deferring. Like if you want this plan versus another plan, who am I to say I don't want this plan if I didn't support it? So in the event that it failed, we may have, I don't know if we have liquidated damages if we backed out of this contract or some other, penalty. I may consider that and change that. But as long as the votes are there, I don't see a point in me voting for something when I don't. It's just not my vision.